Welcome back to my channel where we start a lot of projects and never actually finish any, so I need some help from the community. I was in Arizona and I may or may not have accidentally picked up a few samples in the back of a truck. It was totally inadvertent. They just kind of flew up off the back of the tire. It's purely a mistake. And so they seem to be slightly radioactive, 1.1 microsieverts. However, they're not uniform in their activity. There seems to be some attenuation here through the source, and it's difficult to shine the black light to see. However, from what I can tell in the dark, we have just these light little speckles kind of throughout here, and then just barely on the boundary. Now, let me tell you about this. This sample was in sandstone, and this host material here, what I think is the host material, I don't know if that's the host material or what was up on top was the host material. This, let me describe it. It's this dark blood color. It truly is the color of blood. If you've ever donated blood, you'll see the blood in the bag. That's it. Identical match. It is as sharp as glass. These edges are incredibly sharp. As sharp as glass, as hard as steel. When you strike this, it sparks. It's extremely hard, very hard to break. The sandstone was easy. This required some work to get a sample like this. And then finally, its weight. About the weight of aluminum, right? So this sample, I have some green fluorescence. They're just very, very light dots. There's not a ton of it, right? And in this sample, again, I can't show it on camera. We've got a tiny bit of green fluorescence here on that, but we don't have any inside, just like on the other sample. But then here we have just a big pink dot. It fluoresces pink, and I'm not quite sure what that is. Maybe it's vanadium. And then all of these guys, there's just zero activity. There is zero. So this is background here, right? So let me, because I know some of you appreciate this, let me click over to CPS, and we'll actually measure the surface where we believe, there we go, 130 CPS, right? And 102 microsieverts. So I'm 100% certain that there's uranium in here. I'm not concerned about that. I'm interested in this host material. What is this host material, and how is the uranium so lightly scattered through it? It's just tiny little specks. There's not even like a vein. It's just little specks throughout. So if you have any information on what this is, I did go to GPT, and I did ask, and GPT suggested it was cardinarite. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. I'm not quite sure this meets the definitions of that mineral, right? So here it is, unwashed, straight out of the ground. Again, I was just driving and I got caught up in the tire and somehow ended up in my suitcase. Yeah, any help you can provide, I appreciate it. North Arizona, it was the Cameron area. So if you go out to the EPA's website, you'll find that there's 110 mines out there, and a lot of them are undergoing reclamation right now. However, you can still find quite a few veins kind of scattered throughout, and lots of trailings piles with samples scattered. But private property, Navajo land, you know the drill. Thanks, everyone.